Okay, so I wanted to touch on this Ryan Garcia situation that's been going viral and everybody been talking about. And I think that it's a educational video and something that we can all learn from. Now, if you don't know who Ryan Garcia is, let me pull him up. So Ryan Garcia is a American professional boxer that held the World Boxing Continental Interim Lightweight title in 2021. He I think like 25-1. Um with his only loss being a lot of people know Garcia Davis, I think his name is. The other real big boxer, yeah, here he is right here. Garcia Davis. He came up with Floyd. A lot of people know. So anyway, so the news is that he just had his third child, think second with his wife that he'd been married to since 2019. So 12 hours after his the child being born, he announced that he was divorcing from his wife. So of course, our rip, anytime that somebody divorced their wife 12 hours after y'all had a child, it raises the eyebrow of why and what's going on. So most people are speculating and thinking that the kid is not his. Because saying that that's the only thing that makes sense because 12 hours before when the child was first born, he was happy and welcoming to the child. Everything was good. And then 12 hours later, he announced that it's divorce. So I don't know how long a paternity test take. I don't know if he was maybe thinking about the baby came out not looking like him or what it was, but 12 hours is it's a good time frame for somebody to really think and be like, okay, that's not my child. Now we don't know for sure because he haven't came out and said that, but of course that's what everything is pointing to. So I want to read. So when a child was first born, his initial post was honored to announce my beautiful firstborn son. Praise the Lord. I am so thankful. I love him so much already. He is so fast already. Ha ha. Took him just 8 minutes to arrive. You know where he got that speed from. God did and God will. He will be 10 times stronger, 10 times wise, 10 times better looking, but will need to work 10 times harder. Thank you, Lord. I love you. So that's what he put at first. And then 12 hours after that, he posted this statement saying, as I step into a new chapter in my life, it's with a heavy heart to share that Drea and I have decided to divorce. While this decision marks the end of our marriage, it's important to emphasize that our relationship as co-parents remains our top priority. Throughout our years, Drea's been an incredible partner and an even more extraordinary mother of our two children. I'm deeply grateful for the years we shared and for unwavering commitment to our family. As we move forward, my focus remains on the health, well-being of our two beautiful kids. They are and will always be my first priority. I'm fully committed to working together with Drea to make sure our children's needs and best interests always guide our path. I believe our mutual devotion to our children is rock solid, and I trust that together we will continue to provide them with love, support, and stability they deserve. In this time of transition, we kindly ask for the respect and understanding of our family privacy. We thankful for the support of those who stood by us over the years. Then he deleted it. They said shortly after. And then she posted, Eminem, I love the way you lie, basically in response to them. So this is them, she a nice looking girl. But going by the post, he's still claiming that they got two kids and she's a beautiful mother and all the things that make you believe that it doesn't have nothing to do with the child being his. So we don't know for sure, or it could just be him, trying to be a good man, trying not to put her down and bash her and stuff like that, and kind of trying not to reveal all that's going on. So he basically giving an explanation without giving an explanation. So y'all know TMZ always know everything and mess with everything. So basically, somehow TMZ within 24 hours got the um, divorce documents, and he said that they split to inconsiderable differences, which we know is probably the number one reason why people get a divorce, and that could mean literally anything. Like, what does that even mean? So, but anyway, I want to say, regardless, because there's only one or two things. It's either they was already breaking up and you thinking about it anyway, and he waited until the child was born to do it, but then that's still like a jerk move to why would you divorce if this is his child, why would you divorce the woman who just had your child within 12 hours knowing that she, just gave birth in the hospital? What could be that bad to make you want to divorce her that soon? Like you couldn't wait a week, a month. Y'all already been talking if it's already been brewing. That's why I said on one hand it doesn't make sense, even though he's saying all the right things. But then on the flip side is with it not being his kid, which most people would say would make sense, or why you would divorce somebody. Because if you tell somebody, if you poll people, why would you divorce your wife right after having a kid? I'm pretty sure, like literally 12 hours after she gave birth, most people would say that the child's not mine. So that's the most logical explanation. And two, with him breaking up, taking care of my child, anyway, which a lot of people have been bringing up, is that the fact that they're married is still legally his child, and he's still going to be legally responsible for the child. Because when you look up, if a kid is born during the marriage, although the husband is not the child's biological parent, he is still the child's parent under Michigan law. So I'm in Michigan, and this is how it is now. I don't know how many states it is like that, but I know um, a lot of places is like that, and that's the law in many states, is that whatever child is born while you married, you legally responsible, and the state considers that being your child. So that's the reason why I'm making a video really about this story, is because of this right here and what people talking about, and the fact that your wife can cheat on you and you still be held liable for the child, still have to pay child support. Like they saying, he probably still gonna have to pay spousal support, all, and he the one that got done wrong and cheated. So there's really no repercussions for that. And then it's going back to, like we've been saying before, about the laws of, there's no laws, there's no mandatory paternity test, there's no laws to punish the woman if she lies. There's no law like this to say, like, how am I held liable for a child that's not mine if I'm not biologically the father of that child and I prove it just because we married? And stuff like that put you put you at the mercy of your wife. And that's why a lot of people and that's why a lot of men don't want to get married and against marriage. This is just another perfect example of that. Because if they wasn't married, he wouldn't be responsible for the child. But because he chose to get legally married, he's held responsible for that child. So I don't know. Maybe if they got a divorce, I know it's gonna be, for him to get off the hook for this, it's gonna take probably a lot of work, going to court, lawyers, and extra money to not be held responsible for the child. So, and I think he in California. So we know California got the worst marriage and child support law. So it is legally assumed that the married couple are the child's natural parents. For the unmarried parents, percentage of the children needs to be legally established. So this should be Cali. Even if the woman is already married to another man, she can agree to allow the biological father to establish paternity. If both parents agree to establish paternity, they can file a voluntary declaration of paternity form. Both signatures need to be present, and once the form is processed, paternity is gained. So basically, what this is saying is that whoever the biological father is, he would have to agree to sign and take responsibility for the child in order for the husband to be off the hook for the child. So that's just all around bad too, because if I'm a dude, I can be like, I'm not taking responsibility. I'm off the hook for child support. Now, of course, if you a good man and want to be a good father and claim the child, of course you would want to do that. But some dudes could just like, I got a get out of jail free card. I don't, this other dummy is on the hook for this child that ain't even his. Like that's his own problem. So it's crazy. And this is what a lot of men need to really take in consideration because we know how it go. Mama's baby, daddy's maybe. So this not even something that we become mainly talking to men because this is not something that women have to worry about for the most part. Because if a dude cheats and have a baby with another woman, the woman is still gonna claim paternity to that child because she the one having it and is still gonna make sure that she get her rights. Like, it's not gonna be a situation to where a man cheats on his wife and gets somebody else pregnant and then his wife ends up paying child support to the other woman. Like, like that's not going to happen. All this is something that we could say 10 times out of 10. If your wife cheats on you and have a baby, the man is going to be the one that's going to get the penalty and be responsible for this. So, yeah, this is something to definitely think about because I didn't heard this for years that, if you marry, legally the child is yours no matter what. So knowing that, it's like, why would you want to take the chance to get married? And I'm pretty sure he trusted this woman just like all men trust their wife and think she won't do me wrong. We won't get a divorce. And then we see, what is it, 50, 60% of marriages end in divorce and 70% of them is initiated by women. So it's just crazy for a man. There's really no reason to get married. Um, it's sad to say, but when you got to worry about stuff like this, um, and you basically at the mercy, that's what it really is about being married, is that you at the mercy of your wife, basically. If she wake up, I'm not happy, and leave you. Ain't nothing you can do about it. And 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be paying spousal support and child support if y'all have a kid. If she cheats on, this is what's crazy. If she cheats on you, she could still divorce you and get money about you when she the one that cheated. And just like this situation, she could cheat on you, have another baby, and then you responsible for the child. Like just think about that. That's crazy. So I mean, it's sad to say because I mean I do believe in family, two-parent households like most men, most of us do, but things have to change, like things have to change before we able to go back to the traditional way of doing things because stuff is just it's too crazy now. The laws is too crazy, women is too crazy and too out there. They got too much access. It's just too much to deal with in order to get married. So I do um think that people should try to, if you have children, try to make it work and be in a two-parent households. But the marriage thing is, it's crazy. And I know a lot of women wants to be married. Some men wants to be married, but the way that the laws is made up, it's just like it's not beneficial to men at all. And as a man, you taking a big gamble and a big leap of faith, putting all your trust into a woman, because we know people change over the years. People change once they get married, and I just can't afford to have that a woman have that much control over me. I just can't, to where I'm basically at her mercy and have to pray every day that she don't wake up one day unhappy, and just decide to leave me. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on that for educational purpose and give men something else to really think about. Like this could happen, and it's probably, and of course, it's not the first time that this can happen to somebody, you know, to where their wife cheated and had another child, and then they on the hook for that child. And then in some situations, I've seen on paternity court and stuff like that, to where the man just end up raising it like it's his because he like, I'm already legally responsible for the child, and we already got other kids in the marriage together. So just fuck it. Uh, I'm just gonna roll with it, which is sad and crazy in itself. I couldn't do it, but that's all. I just wanted to touch on that.